Hey there everybody, welcome to Story Time with Jasper. I hope that you all have been doing very well and taking care of yourselves as you've been out and about. I have another story for you. I hope you're ready for it. I'm pretty sure that you are very familiar with the person that is on the front of this book. This is one of the same kind of books, Ordinary People Change the World, written by Brad Meltzer. And today we're going to be taking a look at the guy who is on the penny. That's right, the name of our book is I Am Abraham Lincoln. You see, we've been taking a look at a couple different books so far in remembrance of Career Day, thinking about where we want to go in our stories. What do we want to do when we grow up, and how we can help make other people's stories a good story because of what we choose to do. So we're going to be taking a look at Abraham Lincoln to see if he can inspire us today to do something great and amazing with our story. Are you ready for it? Do you have your favorite plushie with you? Where's mine? There he is. There's Zilla. Okay, Zilla, we're going to be reading about Abraham Lincoln. You ready? Yay! All right. Let's go ahead and jump into our story today. Make sure you have your favorite plushie. You are wearing something very comfy and you are comfortable. Maybe that's a pillow, maybe that's a couch, maybe that's a bed, whatever it is. Let's go ahead and jump into our story. All right? I am Abraham Lincoln. I am Abraham Lincoln. When I was little, even young boys were expected to work on the farm and hunt animals for food. Are you coming? I'll catch up with you later. I preferred to read. I also loved animals. When I was 10 years old, I saw a group of boys playing with some turtles. They found turtles? I love turtles! Look, it's making the turtle run faster. It's the fastest turtle ever! But as I got closer, I realized that they weren't playing. They were taking hot coals and putting them on the top of the turtles to see what would happen. To them, it was harmless fun. In that moment, I could have just walked away. But when you're 10 years old, it's hard to do the right thing. And someone has to. Let this turtle go. What did you say? You heard me. Let it go. Those boys let the turtle go. Soon after, I wrote one of my first essays about how hurting animals is wrong. That may not seem like a big deal, but back then, most kids, even adults, didn't know how to write. In fact, the state of Indiana was so new, schools weren't even built yet. I went to school for barely a year, total. But that didn't stop me. Using chalk, I practiced writing the alphabet on trees. I even wrote in the dirt of the cornfield. Abe, how's the corn coming? Great, Dad. When it came to learning, my best teachers were simply books. I loved books so much. I once walked 6 miles, I'm serious, 6 miles to get one. 6 miles? That's too far for a book. Not for this one. I'd read while my horse was resting, and while waiting in line at the local store, and in one of my favorite positions, with my feet up on a tree. Before long, I had read every book in the neighborhood, from the Bible to Aesop's Fables to Robinson Crusoe. But one of my favorites? A book about George Washington. I'd even copied my favorite parts on pieces of wood. Did you know that George Washington was a friend of men? You're a strange boy, Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, but I'm gonna be on the penny someday. What's a penny? When I was 22 years old, we moved to Illinois, where I met a group known as the Clary's Grove Boys. You think you're better than us? I never said that. Don't be chicken. Show us what you got. Everyone in town knew they were bullies. I didn't like bullies, but I was the new guy. When they challenged me, I didn't have much of a choice. Today, some may call it a fight, but it was really a wrestling match. Me against their leader, Jack Armstrong. Back then, the rule was, once you grabbed your opponent, you couldn't break your hold. Wham! But Jack did, so he could grab my leg and send me flying. I wasn't mad I lost. Everyone loses sometimes. What got me upset is that he had cheated. You didn't play fair. Maybe you want to fight us all. Within seconds, they all surrounded me. They were waiting for me to back down or to lose my cool. Instead, calmly and confidently, I told them, if I have to, I will fight every single one of you, fair and square. They knew I meant it. You're a strange kid, Abraham Lincoln, but you got guts. You know, I'm gonna be on the penny. What's a penny? Sometimes the hardest fights don't reveal a winner, but they do reveal character, especially when you're fighting for something you believe in. Still, not every struggle brought a victory. Years later, I saw a group of slaves chained together in a boat on the Ohio River. Back then, not all people were free. Some were slaves. Just because of the color of their skin, they were forced to work without pay. They were treated terribly. I never forgot the sight of that boat. I didn't do anything that day, but for years, the memory of those people, it haunted me. I was still thinking about them when I became president. I lost 4 elections before I got the big job. 4! America was facing one of the greatest fights in our history, the Civil War. One side wanted to let the slaves go free. The other side, we want to keep slavery going and we'll fight anyone who says otherwise. If I had turned my head and looked away, I would have avoided the fight. But if I'd learned anything in life, it was this. When someone needed help, I wasn't so good at looking away. I'm sorry, I can't allow that. What'd you just say? You heard me. These people will be free. The Civil War lasted longer than anyone thought. The fighting took a terrible toll. People on our side were ready to give up. To re-energize them, we held a big event in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The main speaker gave a speech that lasted nearly 2 hours. I gave a speech that lasted 2 minutes and used only 271 words. The most important 5 words I used: all men are created equal. Soon after, I helped pass a law that ended slavery in America and freed all those people. Then we ended the Civil War. As a result, we didn't just bring together these United States of America, we proved that this government of the people, by the people, and for the people would be dedicated to freedom and justice. You know, in his speech, he told the crowd that no one would remember what he said at Gettysburg. Wanna bet? In life, strength can take many forms, but there's something not quite as strong as standing up for someone who needs it. No matter where you're from or how little you have, one thing that can never be taken away from you is your voice. When you find something you believe in, use your voice. And when you see injustice, speak louder than you've ever spoken before. When you do, it'll never be forgotten.
Look, he's on the penny.
I am Abraham Lincoln. I will never stop fighting for what's right. And I hope you'll remember that when you speak your mind and speak for others, there's no more powerful way to be heard. And that was I am Abraham Lincoln. We even have a quote from the actual man himself. Let's take a listen. It says here, I am not bound to win, but I am not bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live by the light that I have. I must stand with anybody that stands right, and stand with him while he is right, and part with him when he goes wrong. Abraham Lincoln. So, Abraham Lincoln said that I will always speak my mind and speak for others. When we're going about our own stories, when we are looking to make a path in our life, to choose what kind of job we want to go for, to decide what kind of friends that we're going to make, are you standing with people that you know are right? That you believe it so much that you will speak louder than those around you to let people know the truth, how you feel, how you believe things should be. It's not always going to be easy. Abraham Lincoln is a great example of showing just how tough it can be. But because of what he did, he was able to influence so many people's stories and make their stories good stories. Now remember, your story is special and unique. There's no one that's going to have your story exactly. So when you're going about your story and choosing your path in life, what kind of job you're going to take, all these different decisions that you are going to make, are you being influenced? Are you standing for what you believe in so that you can help make your story and help influence other people's stories and help all these stories become good ones? All right? Something to think about, my friends. I hope that you enjoyed this story. Thank you very much for spending some time with me, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.